Hey, this is a quick instructional video on how to change the differential oil for a 2013 Subaru Outback 2.5 liter. You need a few parts. First is some 75W90 gear oil. Any will do. I ended up using the Subaru OEM stuff and got about 3 quarts of it. You're going to need a total of 5 washers. 4 of them are identical. You can see the part numbers there, and those will be for the fill and drain plugs. And then the last one is a larger washer, which will be for the drain plug on the front differential of the Subaru. So I didn't take a video while I was doing it, but hopefully we can kind of get through it here and I'll explain all the details. So we're looking at the front of the Subaru, of course. Here I pulled off the passenger front wheel, and I'm going to take a quick peek inside the engine bay. To get to the fill plug, I came through the top with a long tube and a funnel, and you can kind of see it in there. I'll pull it back and kind of get underneath the wheel well here and where the tire is, which is actually how I ended up taking off the fill plug using a breaker bar with a long extension. It's a difficult task to get in there, so make sure your 8mm hex socket is in there tightly so that you don't end up stripping that bolt. So go ahead and take that fill plug off first, and then we're going to work on the plugs on the bottom of the vehicle. And down here you're going to see 2 exposed plugs. One of them is going to be a 70 Torx size, and that's your differential oil drain plug. That's on the right hand side of the screen, and on the left hand side is your overfill check plug, and that's going to be an 8mm hex. So you'll want to, of course, take off the fill plug and then take off the differential oil drain plug, and that's where you're gonna lose most of the oil there. And as that's draining, you're certainly able to take off the check plug. So that when you start refilling the differential, that'll be your overflow valve. Essentially, I'm going to put about 1.5 quarts through the upper fill plug after I've replaced the differential oil 70 Torx drain plug, while I leave the check plug open, so that again, once I get the 1.5 quart in there, it'll start overflowing from the check plug. You'll basically just see some clear differential fluid, everything that all the new fluid that I'm putting in there start to drain out of there nice and slow. So once that happens, you can replace the check plug and then replace the fill plug, and you should be all set with the front differential. And next we're going to move to the back side. So the backside is quite a bit easier, and it's much more accessible, and you're going to use a single 10mm hex socket for this one. Easy way to do it, you just go ahead and remove both the, remove the upper drain plug first to make sure you can refill it when you get the lower drain plug off, and just go ahead and take them both off, let them both drain into a bucket. And of course, you want to clean all your drain plugs after you pull them off. They are, they have magnets in them, so any metal filings are going to stick to them. And once you have that, you'll just simply replace the drain plug. Put about 0.8 quart of differential fluid back up in the fill plug once again until that starts leaking out, and then replace the fill plug bolt.